Hi guys, welcome back to another video. And in today's video, we're gonna explore the SureForm, how the SureForm works, and how to customize the SureForm inside your WordPress website. The SureForm is one of the most recent product from Brainstorm Force, and I really like their product. So let's explore what they have added inside this form. We're gonna only explore the free versions here inside this tutorial. So let's install the form here in my WordPress dashboard. To install the SureForm, navigate to the plugins and click add plugins here. And after that, type here SureForm. Hit enter. So as you can see, the SureForms is appearing here, which is created by Brainstorm Force. Now click install now and click activate. So this is their form dashboard. Inside the dashboard, if you take a look at here, there is several notifications and there are some other plugins that is under the word Sure, like Sure Rank, Sure Email, and Starter Templates and AutoKit. And the AutoKit is no-code automation tool for WordPress, which is a little bit of new here, but it's really useful. And in the future, I'll be trying to explore that one also if you're interested to learn automation. Now let's take a look at here. There is a form overview. Right now there is no entries because it's completely new and we are not going to upgrade this one as of now. Now let's create a new form by clicking over here, new form. And as you can see, there are two ways to create form. You can start from scratch or you can start with the AI or build with AI. So we're gonna use the scratch because I always prefer to explore the things before using AI or starter templates. Because if you understand first how the customization and how everything works, then later on you can use AI to speed up the process and you can change anything instantly because you have some experience, right? Now let's navigate to the build from scratch. So now let's explore the editor area. So first of all, if you take a look at here, the form title, you have to add a title here for your form. Let's add contact form. And on the left hand side, there is some quick block, which is text, email, text area, and checkbox, number, custom button, and heading. And at the bottom area, you can see add blocks to quick action bar. And there is some rearrange blocks. So that means if you want, you can add some more blocks inside the quick action bar for the form basically. Now, as you can see, there is another option called instant form, which is some kind of premium features and enable insert form and some preview. And we are not going to explore this one as of now. Now there are some other features on the right side, which is form and block. The form is basically the form settings, and the block is if you add text area or text field. The block is basically for when you add any new block inside the form. On the right hand side, the block will be activate itself based on those block features. Like the text field has input pattern, default value, and some other features. So we're gonna explore them one by one. Now, first of all, let's click on this plus icon to understand how many fields it has right now. So as you can see, the general tab, under the general tab, as far as I can see, there are text, email, URL, text area, multiple choice. So several items that are displaying here, those are completely free. But if I scroll down, you can see there are some other fields, which is date picker, time picker, hidden, and some other block elements that is premium features from SureForm. Now let's add text block here. Let's add full name and add email address and add URL. Let's type here website URL and also checkbox, privacy policy, and let's add, if you want to add phone number. So I'm gonna try to understand each of the field here, and let's add drop down. So drop down, which basically, let's type here gender, and divider, which separator, which is not necessary as of now. Let's add address field. So it has some address. Let's see if we can customize and change them. Let's add here address. And the image field it has. So we have added most of this field. Let's add multiple choice as well. And just click publish. And I would like to view the form by clicking on a new tab here. the form looks like this. So this is the form, which is pretty fine. So when I click full name, email, you can see it's a little bit of gradient and the border which is appearing here nicely. And I can change options here. And the UI is really cool. And I really like this UI that is clean and easy to understand. Now, if I go back to our editor again, let's try to create some column here inside the form and see how useful it is. Let's add 50% and try to make it 50%. And as you can see, when I add 50-50, it's instantly changed its position here. Same goes here. Let's add another multiple options or multiple choice options here. Go to the documents view from here. Okay, it's not possible by adding here. You have to navigate to the general settings. And as you can see, there is options to add additional options. Let's add option 2, hit enter, it's done. And add option 3, hit enter. So as you can see, it's appearing like this way. And there is a lot of options, I would say. If I select text, you can see the input pattern none. If you want to display date, the text field basically will allow you to add number or the pattern that is displaying here. And if I type or if I change the pattern, you can see this is a date. If I select date, and I can change the name from full name to date. Let's go to the contact form page and reload. And as you can see, it's appearing as a date. But technically, if you click on this plus icon, there is no date fields. So if you take a look at here, there are several options. If I choose custom, I can also custom mask. And here you can see a complete documentation for custom mask. If I click here, it will take me to their documentation page where I can add additional item like zip code and some basic information. They have added a lot of things here which can be done easily. And I highly recommend you, if you wanted to learn more about this field, which is the text field, go check out here and experiment and try it yourself. So right now I'm gonna use the none features as of now, which is perfect, and the default value, which is placeholder, or like it's not placeholder, it's a default value. And now let's take a look at inside the default value. If I click on these 3 dots, you can see there is site URL. So you can use site URL. That's really nice. Current page URL, admin, title, a site title, form title, and a lot of options that you can use here inside this single text field. So it's mind-blowing. Really, I really like these features. So you can do a lot of things, right? Now let's reset this one. I do not want to use the default value as of now, and you can make it required or validate as unique if you want. If you want some random number or something like that, it should be unique. So you can activate this one. And there's a helper text. Let's taste. So just like placeholder basically, or the descriptions, I would say. And you can also adjust a maximum text length inside this field. And if I go to the advanced tab, you can see there is a conditional logic, which is a premium version. And there's advanced options, which is adding a custom class. So based on my experience, if you understand the Gutenberg, then creating a form is like just snap. So it will be really easy for you. And we're gonna explore the AI features later. Now let's take a look at the URL. Now if I select the website URL, it has the same thing, and most of them has the same thing, like I explore the fields area or the text field basically. Now if I select multiple choice, you can see on the right hand side there's a required vertical layout, so you can change the layout, and you can select multiple items, a maximum or minimum value, and you can also change the column to 3 column. You can also change 4 column. That's perfectly fine. And there's a helper text as well. And same goes for the phone number, which is they have added a phone number. Inside the phone number, they have added additional item. So let me show you what kind of additional item. Now if I click over here, you can see the phone number can be validated based on the country, and you can easily select your country and add the phone number. It reduces the spam rate, but it's really good. And I really like this one because there is a lot of forms they haven't included this phone number yet in the free version basically. Now if I go back again, and there's a gender, which is same as the multiple choice but less features, I'm okay with that. And the address field, which is less in the free version. As of now, you cannot change specific elements. Let's see if we want to delete. Okay, it's possible. So in address field, you can remove the city, you can remove the postal code if you do not want. If you do not want to use the address line too, it can be done easily. I thought that it might be possible to change it when I select the address, but it's not like that. Every single item is working like a block of or piece, or individual pieces of block. It's useful, and I really like these features from here. And if I go to the phone number, we have done the phone number, the general, it's already explored that, and the privacy policy we explore. It's the same thing, but I was looking if there is any options to add a URL here so that the user can read the privacy policy, but there is no options for adding a URL here. Now we have explored some of the common fields from here. Still, if you want, you can add heading. So those are like a simple block which is very easy to use, and if I click on this quick action bar, you can add additional block that you use to it and you use regularly, then you can add it here. Now let's close this one. If I select the whole form here, or if I go to the form, basically do not have to select anything else here. Use labels as placeholder. As I said, if you want, you can activate this one, and then basically the label will be displaying as placeholders. And as you can see, they clearly mentions that above setting will place the label inside the field as a placeholder where possible. This means these settings takes effect only on the live page, not the editor. So if you're looking inside the editor, it will not gonna change it here. So let's save and reload this page. Nice, it works perfectly here. Now let's see if there's any options to reduce the spacing here. Like if I select this block and go to the blocks, there is no options as of now here to reduce spacing individually, right? But if I go to the form, let's see if there is styling options. Yes, and if I can reduce the spacing inside this form globally from here. And from fields, we can make it small, we can make it large, but in free versions, I would say in free versions, it's not possible to change the spacing as of now. I wanted to change the space below because it's a little bit of extra spacing here, but I don't think it's not possible. Maybe it's required the premium version here. And the form, padding 0, which is the border radius 0 here. If I increase padding, let's say 30 pixel, or it does nothing here. So we can style the primary color, text color, and the form background color. Okay, and we can change the field spacing. So till now it has some limitation inside the design or color and some other features that you cannot change it right now inside the free version. So maybe in the future, because they released this form very recently, so maybe in the future they will be adding more features like color, styling, typography, and some other features here inside the form. So now let's navigate to the general, and as you can see inside the general there is a form confirmation. So there are several settings here under the form confirmation. You can see the success message. You can change the success message here. You can go to the HTML, or you can use the visual. You can add your image, text, or anything here. If you want, you can redirect to page, a custom page, like you have created a page inside Gutenberg and you can select the page from here after submitting the form. And even though you can use a custom URL, and after that, if you want to receive email notification, so here is the email notification by default. By default, it will send email notification to your WordPress admin email. So right now, as you can see, it's selected. If I click on this pen icon, it selected the admin email basically. Now, if you still want, as you can see, it mentions here, comma separated values are also accepted. And if I click over here, you can see email. So input tags email, you can use generic tags like admin email or user email. So still, if you want, you can add your email address here. Like you can just remove and you can add your email address, info@riyadmohammed.com. And also the subject line, the form title will adding here. But if you add just the subject line, you can change it from here. You scroll down, there is a form name, from email, and some other information. But if you do not want to change anything else, just keep it same like it is here, and just change the email address that you would like to receive the form notification when someone submit the form. And there is a complaint setting. It's GDPR complaints. You can activate this one. Some countries strictly follow GDPR complaints, and I'm not going to explain this one. integration. So if you want, you can use AutoKit, which is completely free. But if you want to use a webhook and like any other kind of automation that you'd like to implement, you can use it completely for premium version. But the AutoKit is only for the free version as of now. And here is the custom field. If you want, you can add a custom CSS only for this form here. So that's it. And the other information that is displaying here, the same thing that is displaying here inside this form behavior tab. So those are the same things that is displaying under the pop-up. Now let's remove the form field from here, select all, and I'm gonna add simple form here. Name, email, and I can easily add text area from here on the left hand side and button. So that's it. So okay, let's add another text field, which is subject. Let's place it below here. And let's make full name 50% and the email field should be 50%. That's it. And this should be subject. And let's see if there is anything else regarding subject. So we do not want to use this one as of now. That's completely fine. We can use just default one as of now here. Now let's change the submit button text. So let's click over here and type here submit form. If you want, you can change the submit button color, but right now the primary color will affect only, as I assume. Let's add, because there is no individual color options here to change the submit button color and keep the other color different. But I believe, as I said, it will be adding in the future. I hope they just introduce this one and there will be something coming soon. Let's save and go to any other pages. Let's create a new page from here. Contact page and type here SureForm. So when I type Sure, or you can type form, it will be appearing here. Let's type form. Here it's appearing. Select and select your form, contact form, and then choose. So as you can see, the form is appearing here, and I want to, if you want, you can adjust the width from here by using grid or group. So I just converted them into group, and the inner block use content width is activated. If you want, you can still make it 400 pixel, or let's make it 800 pixel. Click publish and view the page by clicking here. Now let's type name, email, contact @ Okay, so it's displaying text field because I have disabled the form label, and that's why it's appearing only the placeholder. Let's add subject. This is test form. Submit the form. So the submit page is displaying thank you. If you want, you can change this to redirect another page, as I shared already, and the form has been submitted here successfully. So as you can see, the submission has been sent to my email address, and if I open this one, so as you can see, here is my name, email, and subject field or text field, and this is the text area. Now if I go back to my form dashboard or WordPress dashboard here and go to the form entries, as you can see, there is the one entry, and you can also view the form entry from here easily. So it's now visible here, and if I go to the dashboard, as you can see the overview, so one entries, it's displaying the data as well. Now if I go to the entries, you can see there is some additional settings that you can see here. If I go to the view, you can add a notes here, but right now it's required paid version. So these are the information. You can resend the notification, but those are the paid version still, and this is the error logs that you can see your form error logs as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you like this video, please hit the like button and also press the subscribe button as well.